But Dad, isn't it time for illegal ham in the face? But bro, where's the banjo?
What is going on, everybody? It is a wonderful February 8th here in Cleveland, Ohio. We have some announcements to get into here in a little bit, but I am going to bring in the cohorts of Illegal Ham in the Face. Let me first off bring in my cousin Vinny. What's going on, my cousin Vinny?
Good morning, everybody.
And also we have Big Bry. Big Bry, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Oh, just another day in paradise. You know, it's cold. At least the sun's shining up here now, so that's a bonus, right?
No more snow.
No,
Take it.
Well, for
Looks
now.
like nighttime out there.
For now.
Oh, we can change the background. You want me to change the background? We can do that. Let's get something more festival in here because it's a festivious. Let's go with this guy. There we go. Little sunset action there on the
nice.
Cleveland shore.
Yep.
We are Legal Ham in the Face. I am that fat guy. We got my cousin Vinny. We got Big Bry here. For February 8th, we are going to be talking about your Cleveland Cavaliers making a huge trade way before the deadline. We got the All-Star and we have a All-Star and the All-Star break coming up for the NBA. We have to talk about the Super Bowl coming up and the Pro Bowl, which Bry actually watched and took notes on. So, folks, fasten your seatbelts. It's going to get bumpy with this Pro Bowl analysis. He's got nothing. I thought you might say something. No, he just. Can you even?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you're getting choppy. I missed about 30 seconds of that.
Oh, I said you watched the Pro Bowl and you took notes.
I did. Yeah, I was that lame of a weekend. I actually watched the Pro Bowl. I was disgusted as I watched it, and I took about 10 different notes.
So
but that'll let you know where I'm at.
For Fat Boy Tuesday, we are going to get into Super Bowl spreads and maybe some commercials. All right. And last but not least, we're going to get into our top 3 Super Bowl party go-to drinks and foods because everybody puts out a spread. Let's see what everybody likes. I know Vinny's kind of like me and will eat anything, but there's something you like during that spread. Let us know because there's a lot of people that like certain things on their football spread. I know Bry's house, he loves anything. This is like Bry's time of year because he loves appetizers.
Appetizers, yeah. It's my favorite meal, bar none. Just the spread of a bunch of like finger foods and stuff. So I can't get enough of it.
I'll bet you it's got to do with the perfect meat to bread ratio.
Yeah, that's part of it, Vinny.
There it is.
It's up to me. I can concoct whatever I want to. I just serve something and told to eat it.
Well, also we have a big announcement. I have not made the actual poster for it yet, but we do have our next show scheduled, ready to go, live at 6 p.m. on Thursday, February 17th. At My Corner Bar in Parma Heights. So tune in. We're going to be there. Announcement will be later on the Dogs Table too. The Dogs Table will also be there. We will be giving away stuff. We will have a different setup for you guys there for us doing a live show. We are having the owner or chef on with us at that point in time to talk about all the specials they got there because they have revamped their menu. And I'm telling you what, some of the food that they got coming out of that kitchen, I can't wait to see. Like, we're going to be there on their Pasta Bowl Thursday. $12, all you can eat pasta bowl. How about that? So, oh yeah. So we're going to get into some good food there, hopefully. They're very excited to have us. It is right there on the corner of West 130th and
I believe that's Stumpf
Stumpf.
at that point.
Stumpf. Okay, perfect. So you guys come check us out. We will be there now. That means there will be no show on Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, no show.
Next Tuesday, no show. We will be going live Thursday.
You know, it's either West 130th or Stumpf.
Yeah,
depending on what point it's at.
Yeah, because
but it's on Holland Road too.
Okay, yeah, because it's right on the corner. Like it's
right there.
It's seriously, when they say there's corner bar, it is right on that corner. So come out, hang out with us, have a drink with us, enjoy it, shoot the shit with us. We're going to have, like I said, we're going to try a new setup for our live show so that the people at the bar can interact with us a little bit better, and we can get questions from everybody in there. Like I said, hopefully the owner or chef will join us, and hopefully it's going to be a blast because they said they're pulling out all the stops for us, Bri. So get ready. Also, we will be having giveaways there too. So there'll be stuff given away the entire night from 6 o'clock until 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. So we'll be there for like a 3-hour span. Well, I will be there for a 3-hour span. I don't know about these two chuckleheads. But on that note, you guys have any shout outs? Bri, I know you were laid up with the vid this weekend. You on the rebound, bud?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, it was never too bad. Thankfully, knock on wood. Didn't have much more than pretty mild symptoms, but yeah, I was confined to kind of staying in the guest room for most of the weekend in here. This is where I spent most of my weekend, or at least the last 4 days, majority of it. But yeah, like I said, I watched Pro Bowl. I watched some golf this weekend, which I didn't even know that was going on. They were out of Pebble Beach for the Pro-Am out there. So that was kind of cool, getting me excited about some nicer weather. So yeah, maybe my first shout out will be the guy that won. He's the official golfer of Illegal Hand to the Face. His name is Tom Hoagie. So I'd never heard of him before, but I think that's a kick-ass last name. So I'm going with it. So that'll be my first shout out. And I guess my second shout out will just be the men and women who work for ODOT and, clearing the roads for everyone, keeping everyone safe, working 16, 18-hour shifts or whatever, just to try to, help the rest of us get around and get to work and get home to see our families. So, sometimes it's a thankless job. So let me give them a shout out.
You got to click. Oh, you're not in comments. We got Kevin Arnold. He said prayers, Big Bri. We also got Polly.
Thanks, sir.
Polly's back. What's going on, Fatty? Mikey? We have a Mikey?
Big Bri?
Big Bri? I think it's Big Bri. What he meant to say. He's calling you Mikey.
So. Oh, Mikey?
Yeah.
I kind of look like a Mikey. I can go with that.
We had a little snafu. If you saw me take my headphones off and actually look, Princess got a hold of a chicken leg.
Yeah.
Just now.
So Hope's freaking out and wanted to know if we should call the vet. And I told her to hold off on that and let see what Princess does.
So my aunt was a vet tech, and my dog ate a bunch of chicken bones one time, and she said to hold the dog's mouth open and pour hydrogen peroxide down their throat to induce vomiting.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I would check with a vet on that, but that's what we did, and that seemed to work. Only problem was I was pouring hydrogen peroxide down her throat for about 30 minutes, and she puked for the next 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Do you want to
go?
Yeah, go for my wife with
right.
that.
Yep.
See if you can't help her out.
Hydrogen peroxide, huh?
Hydrogen peroxide.
All right, we'll give that a shot.
Yeah. Talk to the vet, but that's what we did. And if you have any, I mean, it's not bad for them, but it'll induce vomiting.
Cool. Yeah, she tried to get it out, but you know how beagles are. She just kind of just took that thing and took it down. Plus, she can't be trusted around food because she just can't stop eating. I don't know where she got that from. But so we were in shout outs. I'm sorry, everybody. It's kind of yeah. But so you're on the men, you're watching the Pro Bowl, you're all that stuff. Everybody said prayers. That's pretty much all you did. Did you sleep in your bedroom?
No, I'm still confined to the guest room, but I did have a negative test, so I'm over it. So
That's good.
thankfully, just taking precautions at this point, and I'll be back to normal within the next day, probably.
All right. Well, the shout outs I got a shout out to Corner Bar coming up because I'm truly excited to go there because with that new menu, they got like a triple decker fried bologna sandwich that I'm wanting to get my hands on. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. Have you guys been there for a pool league or?
Oh, I've never been there. This is going to be my first time there. So this is firsthand experience of being there. So I do not know, but the chef said he was taking care of us. So I can't wait to see what kind of food they bring out for us. So I'm really excited about that. Also, got to shout out Craig with the Dogs Table is going to be joining us. Also, West 3rd and Summit, Top Dog Tailgate. Things are going strong for the 14th of May for their Top Dog Tailgate for the City Dogs of Cleveland with the cornhole. We have been asked, Bri, to play cornhole again. I hope you're ready to go. Got your tossing arm down.
Last year. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's a Saturday, correct?
Yes, and he is going to have a ringer competition and a us competition.
Everybody else.
Yeah, so if you're bringing your own bags to play cornhole in a state park for a fundraiser, we hate you. No, everybody does their own thing, and it's just for a good cause. We're about to have a blast.
Right. It's fun. It's a bunch of Browns fans coming and hanging out, and it's very relaxed, very chill. You know, you bring your own beverages, and it's a ton of good food, and it's a good time. You can stay for an hour, you can stay for 5 hours if you wanted. So, yeah, definitely check it out if you got some time that day. Come on down.
And like I said, the food's going to be great. They're doing, I think, a chili, some chowder, some gumbo. The not the OBJ dogs, but the JOB dogs. The OBJ dogs. They got a whole bunch of stuff.
Those are some of the best hot dogs I've had in a long time.
I'm telling you that. I tell you what, that pickle relish and everything else. Oh my Lord, that was great.
Bacon, bacon, onions, and hot sauce or something like that.
It was bacon, onions, and jalapenos all in a crock pot, all cooked together. And you took a hot dog, you dunked it in the Frank's Red Hot sauce that was in a crock pot, put it on your bun, put that stuff on top, and then you just ate it. It was so good. So good. Mm-hmm. So other than that, that's all I really got for shout outs. Let's get into our sponsor here because I do not want to forget him. Our sponsor is Hero Keel of the APA, Lake Erie APA. Like I said, go out. He's actually given us a bye week this week because it's Super Bowl week. So we do not play on Sunday for APA. So, if you guys want to get a chance to get in, have some fun. It really is a great time. We have a blast every time we play. You're in and out. Like we play on Sundays. We get there at about 4:00 and we're normally done between 7:30 and 8:00, latest 8:30. So it's a good time. And especially if you play throughout the week, because you start at, I think it's 6 or 7, and you're out there by 10 o'clock on a weeknight. So, just come out, have fun if you want to do it. If not, there's other things you can do with the APA. You can actually go out, you can actually volunteer and help out a little bit on certain things because we have tournaments and everything else that go on. And buy the merchandise because some of the merchandise is actually really nice. Go to APA Apparel and you can get some stuff there. So, which we're working on our merchandise now. So, stay tuned for that too, Bri, because who doesn't want a big, fat, pink pig and a lazy boy on the front of their chest?
Is that what that is?
No, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have our logo. We're going to get
really?
Yeah, we're going to get some shirts made up for everybody. We're going to have we're going to have our own specialty shirts made. But yes, we're going to have some shirts made up. So I just wanted to let you know that too. So stay tuned for that.
That picture over your right shoulder, that's what we're getting?
That's what we're getting right on the front of the shirt and on the back, a little uncorked and unloaded to end out the show.
Nice.
So let's get into trivia time, Bri. You ready for trivia time? We might have to wait we might have to wait on my cousin Vinny's word of the day. So
we can skip it. This ain't no thing.
I know, and I've just finally got music for him, so that's even better. That makes my day. I'm not even used to running the board now. When I get a little pause and everything else, I don't know what to do with it. Our trivia is brought to you by Papa V and Curb Appeal. Get a hold of Papa V at curbappeallandscaping419.com. All right. So, and by the way, Papa V has been blowing up my phone talking about the Browns and just he's not happy. We need to cheer him up a little bit later, but he's not happy, Bri.
What's he not happy about? Give me some Papa V takes.
He's just bitter Browns fan. He's angry. He's bitter. He's hurt the way the season went. Especially with the injuries and stuff like that with quarterback play. He's just angry fan. And now that a certain somebody's in the Super Bowl over top of us, he gets more angry, which is even funnier.
That's
for me.
what I was thinking.
So yeah, he's a little fired up, but that's okay. So for trivia, go ahead.
How's Chris feeling about? He's got to be psyched about the Bengals.
I think he is. All are Bengals fans, with the exception of one. So yeah, he's kind of towing the family line down there. I haven't seen any comments from him yet, but yeah, he's kind of towing that family line of he's happy because his kids actually get to see a Super Bowl before he does. So it's kind of funny that you got, let's see here, both of his boys, his older ones are 16, Tristan's 9 or 10, and they get to see a Bengals Super Bowl before their dad sees a Browns Super Bowl. Cheers to that.
Yeah. Cheers to that. I mean, before this year they hadn't won a playoff game in 25, 30 years, something like that.
33
years. So it's unbelievable for them to make this run. Good for them. Yeah, I wish it was us, though. That's what sucks about it.
So the trivia, the gym that I found for you, Bri, was this is over the past 30 years. Okay.
Past 30 years, okay.
And I told you, now I gave you a little teaser at work today, so you could actually think about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So 30 years, so it'd be 91 to 2021.
Mm-hmm.
What 5 teams have the most home game attendance?
Okay.
In the past 30 years. Home game attendance, not playoffs. Home game attendance. Now, for those of you that are thinking about this, as of right now, the Texans are dead last because they're an expansion team and they kind of suck. The Browns are 18th in this, and they've missed 3 years. So take that for what it is. So I'm asking for the top 5 teams, Brian, if you can give them to me. All right. So we'll get
I got them
going on. And Kevin, I love you. Kevin put us on the big screen tonight. He's watching us on TV. Hopefully we don't look as puffy as I think we do in the camera here. So if you could just kind of like fade out he sent me a picture of the TV that he's watching us on. So we're big timing it tonight at Kev's house. By the way, since we're doing that and we don't have Vinny up here for my cousin Vinny's word of the day, we might as well just dive right in to the Cleveland Cavaliers and let them know, as Big Kev says, let them know. Your Cavs are still winning on a historic pace now, especially historic without LeBron James on this team, because now the things they're doing with this team and this year hasn't been done since LeBron James. And it's kind of nice to hear that. Let's see here. I think it was last night. Chetty went off for a whole bunch of points in the fourth quarter with a comeback win. And, you have that. We also got a trade that I didn't even think we were going to get. We got Levert has joined the Cleveland Cavaliers. We gave up Rubio and, let's see here. A couple other second-round picks, I think.
First rounder.
Second. That it's a lottery first rounder, so I don't think they're getting that first rounder because I think it was
lottery protected.
Yeah. So, but other than that, we got a new guy coming in. I think he's playing tonight. I think he's in his startup.
Is that right?
So, and Kev says he's doing it this way because it's easier for him to watch because he's got chores to do. His chores should be our Cavs correspondent tonight, but I kind of fudged up on that one. I thought we were going to get somebody to come on with us, and I said, something, never again. Never again am I asking people for Cavs takes except for Kev. I don't want anybody else but Kev. So we're just
Get
going to
busy.
go with that. So, but no, we got a shooter, we got a scorer on our team, we got a guy, especially a taller guy. I think he's like 6'8" too, isn't he? Like 6'7", something like that. 6'6". So we got another tall guy out there on the wing to kind of help out. We did ask, we still got time left in the trade deadline. I think when is the trade deadline? Is it today?
No, this Thursday, maybe next Thursday, maybe it's a Thursday. I think it's this Thursday.
See how much we suck at Rocking Cavs. This is why we got to start paying attention, Bri. Got to start paying attention.
Well, now that football's over, my attention will shift. Well, one more game of football, my attention will shift. I thought I'd just be focusing in on college basketball because Michigan, I thought, would have a good team, but they're kind of middle of the road, and the Cavs have been a pleasant surprise. So
yes,
I can't wait.
And
Kevin, I only wish I could watch them.
Bally's?
Nope.
Pay somebody, go to the bar. What do you
go to the bar? Yep, that's what I might at some point next week. I got a buddy who's been asking me, "Hey, let's go out for a Cavs game," and I just been pussyfooting around. So next week, I forget who they play, but we gotta have a game Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, something like that before maybe Thursday while we're at Corner Bar.
Well, yes, we might watch Darius, Kevin from the Voice of the Land podcast. Check out him and Always Positive J and Audio on Voice of the Land podcast. They always go on the Big Play Network at 7:00 on Sundays. So check them out. He said the trade deadline is Thursday at 4 p.m.
This Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a couple. I mean, we might have a couple smaller moves, I hope, that will help us out. But if not, but I'm loving this team. And guess what? Cleveland finally gets a chance to shine with the All-Star game coming here next weekend. It's going to be on Showcase. We got a little bit of a showcase during the NFL draft. And I'm telling you, if we didn't have COVID protocols, downtown would have been fire for that NFL draft. People do not realize what COVID did for that NFL draft. That was a mediocre preseason tailgate party normally. Like that's what it was. If the draft was actually opened up and legit here in Cleveland, downtown would have been packed for 2 weeks. I still believe that. I mean, people love going to the draft and everything else. They showed Tennessee and Nashville and how cool that looked. Cleveland would have trumped that in a heartbeat. Would have just trumped it. You know how many Browns fans would have just shown up and went absolutely nuts at that draft?
You're right. But I think Nashville just has such a better setup because they do it on Broadway and they have so many bars all the way back. So people, hey, if you need to use the bathroom, you need a beer, you just pop into a bar. Whereas Cleveland, there's not a whole lot around there. We just didn't have a great setup. But I agree. I mean, it was definitely watered down, and I think there's rumors that that the NFL will make it up to us because they know this wasn't like the full-on NFL draft experience. So maybe in 4, 5, 6 years, we might be getting another one. Fingers crossed, because that would be awesome. Because I would love to go down to one because I'm a draft nerd, and I would have loved to go this last year, but it just didn't work out. And I knew that that it wouldn't be all that I had dreamed it to be. So I just kind of watched it from home, and that was great. But yeah, anytime we can get a big time national event in Cleveland like the All-Star game, I'm all for it.
And it's going to be packed downtown. I mean, they're going to have stuff set up everywhere. Kevin said another point guard or a 3-point shooter, or they're probably going to stay pat, depending on the price. So, I mean, that's what you got to look forward to for the trades coming up. I mean, it's probably going to be it's not going to be a star. It'll probably be a positional player, somebody to kind of help come off the bench. And, this year we have all-stars. All right. We have one that got snubbed, which I think is complete BS. But we have Darius Garland made the all-star team, and Jarrett Allen just missed out. And you know something? I would love to see Jarrett Allen make this all-star team. And, Kobe Altman and everybody in the front office that Dan, because normally Dan doesn't trust people to come back for like a second term, third term, all this other stuff, make these kind of trades and sign these kind of pieces that he signed. But I think he actually looked and goes, hey, we're doing this now, and we're going to speed up the process because Jared Allen, Mobley, Garland, even the not even the core guys, the positional guy, Kevin Love, like he looks like a whole different player now coming off the bench, and he looks like he's having fun, Bri. He's finally having fun in a Cavalier uniform, just having a blast. He's having a blast with Chetty. He's having a blast with everybody. Like, this is unreal to see what this Cavs team's doing. So before the All-Star break, we're close to, hold on. Sorry about that. We're close to, I mean, we're above 500. We're doing great. We're only one game back out of first place in the East. Think about that. Normally we say that with one. We're saying that with this team, this scrappy, young, just tough team, and for once, a defensive team. Who would have thought? We joked around, we laughed the entire time when they got 3 7-footers into this place, and we're like, what are they doing? Everybody else is going small. Why are we getting 3 7-footers? Well, they're looking like the smartest people in the room right now, the way they're playing defense.
Yeah. I mean, this is a team that can, I don't know. Usually in the NBA, you need that experience, that playoff experience. So it's hard to have too high of hopes, especially with teams like the Sixers, like the Nets, that just have an immense amount of talent, like the Heat, just playoff experience, and a ton of talent. So it's hard to get too excited, but things could break the Cavs' way, and they could avoid the Nets in the first round, and get a team like the Hawks or the Hornets or somebody, and they can win their first round series. So I don't think that's out of the question. It's just, the Cavs are a fun team to watch right now. I mean, like you said, Kevin Love, he's accepting his role. He's kind of the leader of the team, even though he doesn't start. He's kind of giving these guys pointers and advice, and who would have thunk that we'd be saying that less than a year based on his antics last year, where he's giving the other team the ball. So it's a lot of fun to watch him. I know we're all kind of a little bummed that Jared Allen didn't make the All-Star game, but it'd be nice if maybe Garland could just hand him his spot, because to be honest, I don't really want to see Garland playing in the game because he's got back issues, and maybe another week of rest might help him. So I don't know if we'll see him. It'd be great to see him, don't get me wrong, but I think it's best for the team if he just kind of rests up and gets himself right and gets himself ready for the playoff push down the end. So I don't know. This Levert trade, this kind of tells me that they're maybe more all in for this season than they're letting on, because he brings a lot of things that the Cavs don't have. He's great at getting to the basket. He's another scorer that we really don't have on the perimeter. Not that great of a shooter, kind of a liability on defense, but I think he averages like 18 points a game, and he put up 40 last week. So we don't have that many guys other than maybe Darius Garland that can do that. And it's going to be exciting to watch the two of them play together, because hopefully they can learn to play off each other. And like you said, he is a little bit bigger of a guard. He's 6'6" and 27 years old. So, they could theoretically keep him around for the next couple of years. I think his contract is good through this year and next year, and then they'll have a decision to make on him. But for right now, we started hearing that they were thinking about bringing him in over the weekend, and they made it happen, and they didn't have to give up much. So that was an added plus. And yeah, I'm excited to see how he works with this team. And obviously he's a Michigan man, so I'm going to be rooting for him. He did great things in Michigan, but he never really was that superstar player. He never made it about him. He was always kind of just a very talented individual, and I'm a little surprised that he's carried it on to the NBA. But he's that veteran that we needed. He'll provide us a scoring threat on the outside. And yeah, like you said, we can find a shooter maybe in the next couple days. We don't need to send a bunch of picks and send a bunch of players to other teams to try to get us a shooter. We can find some guy that's shooting 40% from the outside and bring him in. And, I think we don't need to do that because we are with Chetty playing the way he is. If he can continue to stay hot and continue to be a scoring threat on the outside and we can continue to be healthy, I think we're good. I think we're good the way we are. And, in the playoffs, you tighten down your rotation and you might play 7 or 8 guys. And if you look right now, our top 7 or 8 guys, we're all set. They just need that experience. They need that confidence. And Mobley, if he can, maybe take another step over the next couple months, I like where we're at. I think we can definitely win a first round game. And, who knows what happens in the second round. If we get a couple things to go our way, who knows? It's an exciting time to be a Cavs fan right now.
So he actually went to Michigan, huh?
Karis Levert, yeah. It's from Columbus, but he went to Michigan.
We got that from out of Columbus. I thought they only brought in the German players that you can't pronounce their name, like the Wagners and
just the Wagner brothers.
Yeah.
He was smart, and maybe he followed his buddy Trey Burke from Columbus to Ann Arbor.
Oh, they must be doing something right up there. I mean, they're a great basketball school. Great basketball school. So I'm glad
Not this year.
Great basketball school that
They're
Michigan.
struggling. They'll be a Cinderella. I think they were pretty good at football this past year. I mean, maybe you can tell me different.
Well, I mean, they did okay. I mean, it's the first time in 20 years they did anything in football. I mean, I guess it's okay.
Their coach is going to Minnesota. I'm pretty sure that's what you declared last week.
God, I was hoping so bad. I don't want to see his stupid face on the sidelines, but now I'm kind of glad because now I know we own him for the next 20 years, so it really doesn't matter. So
yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. To be honest, I can't say I was doing backflips.
You were hoping he would leave too.
Well, he put him in such a terrible position because it's February and he's going to leave them after they already lost their defensive coordinator, and then turns out he comes back and now their offensive coordinator says, "No, I'm going to Miami. See you later." Apparently, he didn't think too highly of Jim Harbaugh either.
Well, let's finish up the Cavs before we get into your wonderful notes about the Pro Bowl. But I think this move with Levert, I think this actually shows Cleveland, because we've been joking around about it all the time. Like, when are you actually going to buy in? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do something in the playoffs? I think they realize that they're in the playoffs, and I think this is what's going to get them into the playoffs and like secure it with this Levert trade. I think this is going to help out, especially with Sexton out. Gives you another backcourt guy. I'm really excited about it. I think he's going to fit in great with the team. I really do. I think it's going to be great, and especially it gives Garland a little bit of break too if he needs it. So you get Garland a little bit of a break. You have him. You got Okoro. You got a really good young team to do this. So I'm excited to see if they can make some noise in the playoffs. Have some fun with it. Oh, let's see here. John Cooper. Oh, Jim Harbaugh is John Cooper. Please stay there forever.
That's what I was saying.
Well,
that's what I was saying in the 90s. Man, come on, Cooper. Keep him around. I like that guy.
Well, yeah. All right. So go ahead and finish up the Cavs.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Levert is a feel good story. He's somebody that the Cavs fans can wrap their arm around. I know if you can ever get past the fact that he went to Michigan. But I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, he was traded and he went in for a physical and he found out he had like kidney cancer. And so like he was feeling fine. He went in for a physical. They told him, "Hey, by the way, you have some cancer spots in your kidneys." So, he didn't know if he would ever play basketball again. So, thankfully, he beat that. He overcame that, and he's been playing a hell of a 2-guard for the Indiana Pacers the last couple years or last year, anyways. And he's somebody. He's a team guy. he's not going to make it about him. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how he molds with this team.
And Columbus closing it out. Cavs expectations went for the playoffs to go win a series. It's pretty much what
Sure.
they did right there. I expect them to
Sure.
try to make a run in the series to see what they can do. I think with their defense that they got, I think they can do it. I mean, they're
Absolutely.
holding to under 100 points almost like every other night. Like, who does that in the NBA now? I guess the Cavs do. So,
Amen.
all right, buddy, you ready to switch over to the Pro Bowl? The Pro Bowl happened. We had Nick Chubb looking all glorious playing video games. Also, we found out we cannot take the football out of Nick Chubb because he likes to throw stiff arms and stuff like that, because the Pro Bowl is now like the NBA All-Star game where it is two-hand touch, no fouls are called, and we are going for threes all the time. So, Bri, how was watching the Pro Bowl? Because you asked me if I watched it, and I said I watched a couple clips of it, of like the new competitions with the quarterbacks, and I watched Stefan Diggs do his little one-handed catch into a table because now they're trying to make it a dunk contest for wide receivers.
Mhm.
So, I mean, what did you think of the Pro Bowl weekend and everything else? How did you take it? Because honestly, I can't get into the Pro Bowl anymore. I haven't gotten into the Pro Bowl in so long. Like, the only time I really did watch the Pro Bowl was back when they had like the quarterback agility course back with Favre and all them. Who could throw it the furthest? You guys throw, bullets here, hit this target with the chalk on it. Like, that was kind of the only thing I watched. You said there was a foot race too. They actually had a foot race?
They had it was Nick Chubb was in it. Nick Chubb should have won it, almost won it. Micah Parsons won it, but yeah, Nick Chubb. I mean, I was impressed. He was the last guy that was left, and at the end of the skills competition, they did dodgeball, where they had like 6 guys on one team, 6 guys on another team, and Nick Chubb was the last guy left for the AFC. So, like I was telling you, yeah, you can't take the football player out of Nick Chubb. He's just he they threw a check down to him, and his first catch, Micah Parsons came in and he tried to tackle him or just kind of touch him down. Nick Chubb threw a wicked stiff arm at him, and Parsons is like, "Wait, man, what are you doing? We're just kind of messing around out here." But that's who Nick Chubb is. He's a try hard. He's he's a guy that if he's on the football field, if he's in pads, he's gonna go hard. And so I love that about him. As a Browns fan, we all should love that about him. And it was fun to watch him at least. He kind of caught on as the game went on, and like, yeah, we know you're probably not supposed to do that. You're supposed to, just be like one of the guys and just kind of go through the motions. I tell you, watching Myles Garrett go out there and just as soon as he got out of his stance, he was just slow jogging it. It wasn't even a Myles Garrett jog. It was like that fat guy jog. If you still jog, if you jog at all, it was just like your jog would be. It just stand up, take a couple steps, try not to even touch the guy, and then eventually it came to sit back, put your arms up, and try to bat down the pass. But it was just, I mean, I don't remember the Pro Bowl ever being that soft to where I saw Denzel Ward make a 2-finger tackle, which I've never seen before. And it's to the point where it's even worse than the preseason, because the preseason, the Pro Bowl, it's NFL football. I get excited for it. And then I sat down to watch it, and I mean, they literally, nobody even got taken to the ground. I mean, and I thought that was the case, but in the past, you at least had to like wrap the guy up before they would blow the whistle. No, you just touch them, blow the whistle, done. And so I figured out my dream job is to be a NFL ref at the Pro Bowl, because you don't have to do anything. You just have to blow your whistle whenever somebody gets touched. And I even noticed like Kyle Juszczyk, Kyle Pitts, they looked like they had flags hanging off their belts. I don't know if they did that just to kind of troll everybody, but it really just needs to be a flag football game. And let's go forward with that. No pads or anything. Just hope that guys kind of have fun and treat it like that. But It was bad. Although I did see probably 30 seconds into the game after the first play, they were kind of maybe just zoning in on one guy. I saw someone in the background had a Browns jersey on. That was pretty cool. I think it was a Dante Whitner jersey, so he's a hardcore fan.
Hell yes. Hell
Yeah.
yes.
So that was. I mean, it was good to see the Browns guys. Wyatt Teller. I think I saw him block for a field goal. It was either a field goal or an extra point. He didn't even get out of his 3-point stance. He just got down in 3-point stance. They hiked the ball. He just kind of stayed there. So it's a joke. And I understand. I'm not killing these guys because they kill themselves throughout the year.
Like my biggest thing, Brian, is it's like at that point in time, football's done. Let's just be honest. You guys are not there to play football. You guys are there for a vacation. You're there to have a good time. At that point in time, why not do a golf match? Why not do a softball game instead of a football game? You're playing dodgeball, you're playing all these other little things to get the fans included. Why not play a charity softball game? Why not do something of that nature to where people can have fun, see you interact, and not go, will you tackle him, please? Because there was 6 interceptions, 1 fumble. Nobody's really playing for anything. So what the hell is the point? What? Just go there for your vacation. Like
What was the score even?
I don't even know. Do they even keep score?
40. It was maybe like 42-28, something like that. 49 or 48. 35 something.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I mean, I'm glad that you've been nominated for the Pro Bowl. That is an honor. I'm not saying it's not an honor. That means you played your ass off all year. But at that point in time, the way the NFL is today, those guys are not going to play a game, an extra game that does not mean anything to them. At that point in time, stop putting on the dog and pony show and let them have some fun doing something else. Like, why not bowling? Why not? They did bowling one year. Why not curling? Winter Olympics are going on right now. Curling match. Myles Garrett curling match.
I had a buddy at work today was kind of telling me, listen, why don't you just throw out like the 2 worst teams, have them battle it out for who gets the first pick? Do something like that instead of a Pro Bowl. Give it an extra meaning still for what you want to watch.
Yeah.
See the 2 worst teams play their hearts out to make sure that they're going to get the first pick of the draft or something,
That would definitely make your coach a little bit better. By the way, Ed said he wants to see more skill challenges. He wants Myles or TJ Watt kicking field goals. I would love to see that too. I mean, but just think about it. You could do stuff like that. You could do more fun stuff than a flag football game to eat up like that, and that's all it is. Like you said, like Myles Garrett's barely moving. Like the fumble that he returned from TJ Watt, I don't even think he moved. I think the quarterback's hand got hit. The ball came to him. He's like, "Oh, okay. I'm just going to run a little bit." And nobody was even near it. Like they didn't even try to tackle him. They're like, "Screw it. You're gone. I don't care." Like, come on.
They showed Myles Garrett on the sidelines in the 4th quarter, and it looked like he was playing Clash of Clans on it.
Oh, we lost Brian. That was hold on. We lost Brian because that's a Kyle joke, and Kyle's not here. Brian, hold on. I'm kicking you out for right now. So that's what Kyle was doing at work today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was. Was that a Kyle joke?
What's
Can
that?
you hear us, Brian? Was that a Kyle joke?
No, he was on his phone. He was doing something. I don't know what the heck he was doing, but he was just kind of, hanging out. I think had his helmet off, obviously, and yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, I don't kill the guys too much because they're just there to have fun. It's not an actual game to them. But what they did implement, which I thought was kind of cool, was the 4th and 15. Like, so it's kind of a testing ground for the NFL for things that they maybe want to do, because we heard about the overtime rule where one team picks the starting yard line and then the other team picks if they want offense or defense from there. So that's how they started the game. I think one team picked the 15-yard line, and then the other team picked, okay, well, we'll go on offense, or we'll let you go on offense, and we'll be defense. So that's kind of cool. I like the innovation there. They went to the 4th and 15. after you score a touchdown, instead of doing like an onside kick, you get a chance to convert a 4th and 15. So I like those things. I think it makes the game fun. Obviously people want to watch a 4th and 15 over an onside kick any day. So yeah, if that's kind of the testing area to do it and maybe implement it next year, I'd be all for that.
Oh Lord, we were just having a blast over here. We got phones ringing. We got a dog ate a chicken bone that she doesn't want to puke up. I'll get into that later. All right, so let's get into. We're going to do our Super Bowl predicts now because the Super Bowl will be played before we actually get into our show on Thursday. By the way, we will be live at My Corner Bar next Thursday at 8 p.m. We will have banners out on YouTube and Twitter. Also check out the Dog's Table too. They'll have some stuff out, I think. Also, let's get into Super Bowl predicts. I mean, you got the Rams and you got the Bengals. So, Bri, since you won our glorious pick'em this year, what do you pick for the Bengals versus the Rams? Now, granted, it's in LA, so home field advantage.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if home field advantage plays a huge part. I just think
no, because normal fans can't afford that ticket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. What did I hear? Parking's going for like $500 or something like that. Like, give me a break. Get the heck out of here.
Those lead seats are like $2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? $2,500
or that?
Yeah. Like lower bowl, you're looking at like 15,000 or some stupid stuff like that. It's just absurd. But yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I just keep waiting for the Bengals. I don't want to call it luck because that sounds like I'm disrespecting them or discrediting them, but keep waiting for the other shoe to drop with the Bengals. And to this point, it hasn't happened, but I think there's no way they can find a way to win this game with the Rams pass rush and the Bengals having a suspect offensive line. So I'll go Rams. It's not fun, picking the favorite, but I'll say 27. I'll go 27-20.
27-20 Rams. Here, just write down this piece of paper. Do you want me to go next?
Sure.
Because I really don't have a dog in this race, and I really don't give a shit. So I got to go opposite of Bri. And I'm going to go, it might be an exciting Super Bowl. You never know. I think it might be. So I'm going to go 31-24 Big Gals.
Cool.
By the way, just so you know, prop bet. I hope somebody gets injured again.
What does that mean?
31.
Odell?
Oh, yeah.
31.
You're rooting for an injury?
Oh, yeah. Just a hamstring. Just something to keep him out.
Okay.
Nothing made. Nothing made.
Kind of a Buckeye thing to do.
A pulled glute would be nice. Just hey, go up for a one-handed catch. Oh, coach, got me right there in the hamstring. I gotta come out. Gotta come out.
Hey, let it go. Let it go. He's gone.
Not letting it go.
Let it go.
I'm not letting it go. Next year, after the draft is over with, I'll let it go. They're still playing football right now. Season's still not done.
Worry about finding a quarterback.
For the Rams?
For the Browns. Don't worry about the Rams.
We have one. It's David Blau.
Case Keenum's not the answer.
What do you mean Case Keenum's not the answer? That's what everybody in Cleveland says. Go on Twitter. They'll tell you, Bri.
Okay. I'll look for it. I'll get on Twitter just for that.
Yeah, you'll find it everywhere. All right. So, Vinny, what about you?
You guys did it to me.
He went 27-24.
You guys did it to me. Because
of course
if you look at your scores, Bryce said that the Rams would win by 27. You said that the Rams would lose by 24. I went 27-24. Bengals.
Oh, he went Bengals too.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
I'm going back.
Extend my lead.
All right. Well, your lead's already done. After this is, I mean, we still owe you whiskey and pizza. So, and by the way,
true. We got to figure out what I want.
You two right now because we got to pay Juice his fantasy football bet. All right.
Right.
So I'm going to need some cash flow from the Legal Ham team here to pay off our bet for Juice.
Do you know what he wants? Did he tell you?
No, we'll get a hold of him. He loves us. I know how to get a hold of him.
See what he wants.
Just show up on his show on Wednesday. We'll give him some shit. All right. So on that note, we are going to quickly get into Fat Boy Tuesday.
Oh.
And now it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
And Fat Boy Tuesday is not brought to you by anything, but if you want to sponsor us, we love all sorts of food and beverages. So please hit us up at illegalhamtotheface@gmail.com. All right. So Fat Boy Tuesday is Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl foods. It's Super Bowl commercials. It's Super Bowl week. So, Bri, this is your favorite time of year. Appetizers, dips, finger foods, meatballs, cocktail sausages, shrimp cocktail, you name it, vegetable trays, meat trays, cheese trays, this pizza, wings. Let's get into it. Let's get into the best thing that happens during Super Bowl, which is not the game, not the commercials. It is the food and drinks. So, come on, boys. Let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday.
Vegetable trays.
Yeah, maybe. They're there for show. For the girls that want to watch their figure.
Little garnish. Maybe.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, I just had my whole plate full of this buffalo chicken dip, and I love it. I'm going to put 2 pieces of celery here to make me feel better about myself.
The palate cleanser too. Get
That
you
is-
into the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally
Piece
when
of
I
broccoli.
when I get vegetables, they're smothered in Hidden Valley Ranch.
That's right.
And not like a little bit smothered as in you can't see them. So, guys, what's your favorite thing about Super Bowl? I mean, the food is phenomenal. Everybody brings their own. It's like it's super potluck where you can have a blast, and everybody brings a little bit of everything. Like my favorite thing is the queso, the chili cheese dip, chili and bean cheese dip. Love that.
Bean dip. Yeah.
Bean dip. You got taco dips. You got salsa, chips and salsa. Like, what are your favorite things to see when you walk into somebody's house? Like, we do have somebody that spreads out. They actually put out a old school wash tub full of beer. Whatever beer you want is in there. Normally it's dealer's choice. You bring your own too. But then you walk in and you just see desserts, cookies, no-bake cookies. Like, it's just a whole table just full of mishmash stuff. And it's like, all right, it's going to be real tonight.
Yeah, I don't really get into the sweets hardly at all. I don't think there's just too much other stuff to fill up on. So, I mean, I have a couple questions for you guys. And the first one is, you sit down to watch the Super Bowl. When are you eating? The Super Bowl goes off about 6:30. Do you eat before? Do you eat around kickoff? When do you eat?
So normally what I do is I get a nice little base layer, as we talked about. You know, you get that nice little first, second quarter, and right before halftime, that's when I get my plate, because that's when the best commercials come on. I don't even care about the halftime show. Most of the time, I'm not even watching the game. I can honestly be honest about this. I'm not even watching the game half the time because I'm talking with everybody. I'll glance over and see like the big plays and cheer and all that stuff. I don't even care about the game at that most of the time. I'm just there to have fun. Yeah. What about you? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, I'm with you. Usually about halftime, after the first half is over. You know, I don't, for whatever reason, I like the commercials are the time for me to visit with everyone, converse with everybody, and then once the game is on, I'm back to the game. And by the way, if you're having a Super Bowl party, you have to have sound on your TV. Don't do your guests a disservice by turning the sound off. You have to have sound. For a lot of people, it's the game, but a handful of people also like the commercials. So you have to be able to hear that. And, you know, if you want to go have a conversation with somebody and you're not concerned with the game or what's on the TV, go to the corner. You know, don't be interrupting everybody else. Don't be making it loud for anybody else. So, yeah, but I'm with you as far as eating. Yeah, usually I bring about a 6-pack and have about 3 beers, maybe 4 before halftime, and then 2 after I eat. So, yeah, that's kind of my equation for success with that. But my other question, well, Vinny, when do you eat usually?
Usually we'll do like a little dinner or something beforehand. and then there's like all the appetizers and finger foods and stuff like that that'll happen throughout. So nap time kind of sets in. It'll happen in that first half, and then we're ready to eat again, and then we'll watch the end of the game.
I gotcha. The other, you mentioned bean dip. Do you go tortilla chips with bean dip, or do you go the Fritos?
Whatever is available, because I am truly.
You don't have a preference?
I can go potato chip, barbecue chip, cheddar and sour cream. It doesn't. My finger
with bean dip, huh?
I'll eat anything with bean dip. It doesn't matter to me.
Really?
Look at this face. You think a chip is
I
going
mean, it doesn't really matter to me either, but usually you have a preference.
Hey, you know that vegetable tray? 4 out of chips, I'm getting a piece of celery and sticking it in that bean dip. All right. That's how I No, I really I understand what you're saying about the tortilla or the Frito. I prefer the Frito scoops with bean dip. But I am not particular at all when it comes to certain dips. Like I have barbecue, so Lawson's chip dip, which we all say is awesome. My favorite thing is the hickory smoked barbecue chips from Lay's. I love barbecue chips and that. So everybody has to each their own. To me, you're talking to the wrong person about picky foods and dip styles, because I'll grab a taco and stick it in that bean dip. I don't care.
There you go. Yeah. I've never really had at the Super Bowl parties I go to, I haven't seen many taco bars, but I'm not opposed to that. I think there's just too many other things. I think you do have to have some substance to, because you have all the appetizers and the finger foods and the dips that we talk about, but you have to have some, not a main course, but like something with some, like a bunch of wings, or pizzas. My one buddy just orders a bunch of the big square deals from Marco's, and they're like $7 or something, but you get like 6 or 7 of them. Yeah, you mow through those like it's nobody's business. And now with chicken wings being like $1 a wing, I mean, that's almost too expensive to go through all that. But yeah, you got to do that, and yeah, you just need a ton of dips, a bunch of finger foods. You can buy those little those pretzel balls from, I think, Giant Eagle or something, with the nacho cheese.
Oh yeah.
Those are delicious.
Do you guys do the shredded chicken and sloppy Joe in a crock pot?
Sloppy Joes, yeah.
Where you have a bun there, you just scoop it with a bun, you walk through the line. The shredded chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. Nachos. I've seen nachos. That's pretty solid. Yeah, any of that. Just got to fill up my plate with a bunch of different things, and I'm good.
Vinny brought up the pizza bagels and pizza rolls.
Very true.
Oh, sure.
I mean, you can put whatever you want out. And we had Jose chime in here, and I cannot. Okay, so it's no big. You're going to have to help me out here, Vinny. It is no big cookies. Can I go
their house?
Their house.
So someone who wants to come over to someone's house.
Hey, Jared, let me go there. Ask him if they got same. Well, I'm sure Bri has Ice House. You go to his mom's house. She loves you.
Of course. Always have Ice House in the freezer. I can't remember the last time I drank Ice House. I'm not above it or anything like that. I just, when I'm buying beer, I buy more than 1 or 2 at a time. I buy like a case of it. But Little Smokies. I love Little Smokies. I don't know if you like barbecue weenies, kind of.
I do a barbecue at a buffalo.
A buffalo weenie.
Uh-huh.
Really?
I do the Frank's Red Hot weenie.
Never had that. Doesn't sound bad though.
Yeah, I try it, bud. I'm telling you, like I this is like my excitable time right now for food fan, because there is no wrong answer when it comes to Super Bowl food, unless you do salad and just something horrible like liver and onion. Well, I'll still eat liver and onions. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying though? Like, you cannot mess up a Super Bowl spread, right? Like if you just put out 1 bag of chips and no dip, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Right.
Let's be honest. That's what's going to happen to you. You invited me over for your Super Bowl and you got 1 bag of chips. Get the hell out of here.
Right.
Like I'm coming here for cocktail weenies, Bri's special meatballs that taste delicious. I gotta give you kudos. Those things are amazing.
I think so. So I told my mom that I would come over, and I think we're gonna keep it small this year and have 10, 15 family members over at my mom's. I won't go to the usual big Super Bowl party that I go to, but I think she's doing like lasagna, and I don't know how to tell her which lasagna is great. Don't get me wrong, but that's not really Super Bowl food type stuff.
She's thinking of dinner. She's not thinking of Super Bowl.
Right.
She's inviting me over for dinner.
Hopefully she's watching tonight, and this can kind of be her like, hey, just get a bunch of appetizer stuff, and we'll be good to go.
What about if you do a dinner beforehand and then you have snacks later?
I'm not used to that. I'm not used to having like a big Sunday dinner before a football game. That's just not how I'm wired. So that would seem foreign to me.
Okay, well,
that's just about every Sunday for me.
Yeah,
that's your normal. That's not my normal.
Okay. All right. Well, let's switch over here to our top three. Let's see here. Now I'm doing everything on my side. Let's go. All right, so we don't have a sponsor for our top three, but I threw out there top three Super Bowl foods or drinks because we're going to kind of segue into this. And we do have, since he's back, after this, we will do my cousin Vinny's word of the day real quick. Okay.
Sure.
Because I do have a sounder for him that I got to pull up my phone. But three things that you'd like to see if you walk into somebody's Super Bowl. All right. Number three for me, and I told Brian this, before I discovered the wonderful things of beer, Mountain Dew or Pepsi, I needed to have a pop. I didn't care what kind of pop it was, some kind of pop, and it's not soda, it's pop. Root beer, Sprite, I had to have a pop, okay? Mm-hmm. Number two, shredded chicken sandwiches, okay? And if you're in Ohio, you got to know what those things are, because they make them everywhere down south. You get a honey bun, shredded chicken sandwich. You can have two sandwiches, some barbecue chips, and you're good to go. It's like shredded chicken, cream of chicken, blah, 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 cream cheese. Delicious. And my number one, and I'm still, I can taste wings. I got to have some sort of wings. I don't care if you give me the chicken nuggets. I got to toss some wing sauce. I don't care what wings. I got to have wings during the Super Bowl. Like, I have to have wings during every football game I watch. I love wings during a football game. All right. So, Brian, what about you? You're number three.
Yeah, you already hinted at my number three, and that's the meatballs. And they're so simple, but everyone loves them. I'll even give you guys the recipe of what I use, because it started out as kind of a family thing. Everyone did grape jelly, and I think they did chili sauce.
Yes.
And I've kind of evolved that into grape jelly and barbecue sauce, and I prefer Montgomery and barbecue sauce. So it's one of those things I don't even really measure anything out. I just put a couple of big spoonfuls of the jelly, and then just squeeze a couple times on the barbecue sauce on the meatballs in the crock pot, and just let them cook for 4 or 5 hours, and then they're good to go. So that's my number three. My number two is pigs in a blanket. So simple, preferably with maybe a little barbecue sauce or ketchup if you have that. But yeah, just something you don't get all the time. And when I do see them, my eyes just kind of light up. And then number one will be something I haven't brought up yet either, is almost similar to your shredded chicken sandwiches, but buffalo chicken dip.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of versatile because you can make a sandwich out of it if you really want to. But man, wherever I go, I get it every time. And I'm like you, I'm not picky about what kind of chips you have with it. And we've had parties here, New Year's Eve parties here, where somebody brings buffalo chicken dip and then they leave it, and I got buffalo chicken dip for like the next 3 days, and I'm in heaven. I mean, so I never get sick of it. It's versatile. I can dip almost anything in it. Yeah.
Right. Most of the time, if somebody would leave it, I wouldn't even put chips in it. I would just grab a fork and just kind of fork it out there and just
Sure.
go down on it.
Sure. Yeah. I don't hate you for it.
All right. So are we on to Vinny now? Is that your number one?
Vinny.
Vinny.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Absolutely. Number 3, some type of meat. You know, whether it's like you guys were saying, the chicken dip or the sloppy joes or some kind of spread, something like that. Something you can make a quick sandwich or something out of. You know, but some type of meat. Got to have that. My number 2, taco dip. I love taco dip.
With the
Taco
lettuce and tomatoes,
Yeah,
sour cream, refried beans, all that stuff. Oh yeah.
All right there. Number 1, gotta have pizza.
All right.
That's what I think.
That's Brian's favorite food right there.
I'm right there on pizza.
Yep.
You know,
Simple and easy.
something to help absorb the alcohol a little bit, you know.
Probably. Yeah, absolutely.
Pizza's good cold, hot, whatever, you name it. So
some people think it's overrated. I don't know if you still watch it or not. But I kind of, it's just a ham food. Like you even brought up the pizza bagels and pizza rolls. Have a thing of pizza rolls out for everybody. Like, come on.
We're like, I just thought of, I've been at parties where people make like these ham and cheese sliders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Like the little Hawaiian buns on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Even they do that with the pepperoni cheese, like a little pepperoni roll almost.
Oh yeah, pepperoni roll, absolutely. My mom used to make that all the time. I loved it.
All right, we got to get moving because I'm hungry. I'm tired. We got to get moving on to my cousin Vinny's. No, I got it.
You got that?
Got it. I got it.
You're in charge today,
I'm in charge.
You are all over it.
What'd you think of that? I finally found his music.
That's it, huh?
That's it. That's all he gets.
I'm sorry, Vinny. We can do better.
I mean,
That's all right.
We can do
Get some pig oinking or something.
Well, hold on. I could get. Where's the one that you hated?
Jazz. Sure.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Or
Learn
the
some words.
We've used this one somewhere else, though.
where's the one you really hated?
Okay.
And it's time for my cousin Vinny's word of the day after the interlude.
There we go.
So let's go.
All right, here we go.
Lugubrious.
Lugubrious.
I think that's a Pokemon character too.
Lugubrious.
No,
That
that's-
is-
Some Marvel character.
That is
Yeah.
part of the Booger clan on Pokemon.
Oh,
All right, give me the definitions. We got
All
A, B,
right.
C, and D, correct?
correct. Definition A: express warning or disapproval in a gentle nature.
Okay.
B, mournful dismissal. Also could mean like very sad, but in a exaggerating or insincere way.
Uh-huh.
C, marked by disorder or disarray.
Uh-huh.
And then the last one is enjoyment obtained from troubles of other people.
Oh my, I gotta go with D.
So
I'm going with D. I know it's wrong, but why not? I like laughing at other people.
These a good guess. Just to be different, I'll go with A. But D's a good guess.
Okay.
and went Fanny went D. All
Uh-huh.
right. Are we doing the answer right now too?
Yeah,
Matt?
we're doing the answer right
All
now.
right.
We're doing it all in one fell swoop.
Yep. So the actual answer is mournful or dismissal. It can also mean very sad in an exaggerated or insincere way. I'll play the word again too.
Lugubrious.
Did
Lugubrious.
either one of us win?
Nope.
No,
Neither one of you got it
Nobody
today.
won.
Or
Nobody.
the B?
Oh, yep. The answer was B.
All right, Brian. Let's
Dang.
quickly get through our trivia now. Last 30 years, home attendance without playoffs. Top 5. Who you got?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of basically successful teams over the last 30 years, or teams from big markets who have big
Okay.
fan bases.
3 strikes.
I'll say San Francisco, Dallas,
1.
New England,
It's 2 strikes.
Pittsburgh, New York Giants.
New York Giants is number 1.
Yeah, New York.
You had your 3 strikes. So New York was number 1. Kansas City Chiefs, number 2. Denver Broncos, number 3. Dallas Cowboys, number 4. And your New York Jets, Jets.
Thought about putting them, but I figured they've just sucked for so long. But I mean, they're New York, I guess.
And the Washington football team followed them, which is the Washington Commanders now, by the way. The Commies. Should we call them the Commies?
Can't call them the Commies. No, that's offensive.
But they're the Commanders. What are we supposed to call them? The Commanders?
Yeah, call them the Commanders.
Okay. I was just curious. Now, those 6 teams in the last 30 years had 17 million in attendance for their home games. Your Cleveland
Wow.
Browns, minus 3 years that they were off, had 14.5 million in attendance. So, Browns fans, you should be very happy with yourselves for supporting your team the way you do, especially through the last 30 years of Cleveland football.
All right.
So, kudos to you guys for being 18th, because it could have been a lot worse. You could have been
I
lying.
wonder.
By the way,
wonder-
the of us.
I wonder how that relates to who has the largest stadiums, because probably nowadays most NFL teams sell out their stadiums. Maybe not all, but most of them do. So is it just about like who has the largest stadium?
Brian, let's be honest. Sell out the stadiums. We've all been there. We've been to Browns games where they've sold out the stadium and the whole half top bowl is still open. We've been there.
Right.
How they do that. It's fine. They might sell it out, but I mean, actual in the seats is a whole different story.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Are these numbers fudged, or are they legit numbers?
I have no clue. We'll find out later. It's my trivia. I'll tell you what the hell I want to.
I don't know.
Now you got to poke holes in my trivia? Screw you. All right.
Vinny brought it up. Blame
No,
Vinny.
Vinny didn't say one word. Vinny just sat here and was quiet. You're the one that brought it up.
Oh, okay. Well, he was texting me.
Yeah, bullshit. All right. So we're here at the end of the show. Come watch us next Thursday at 6 p.m. at My Corner Bar. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some good times there. We're going to have some giveaways. So come find us there. We will send out another reminder about next Thursday so that nobody out of the people that watched tonight will come on Tuesday. Also, on that note, Harold Keel, Lake Area APA. Thank you, Harold, for sponsoring us. We love you. We will hopefully see you that Thursday. And if anybody is out, I will be at a fundraiser this Saturday, February 12th, at Mr. B's from 6 until 9 p.m.
I believe so.
For one of our friends that passed away. The fundraiser is this weekend. So if you guys can come out, please help support Cowboy and his family, and the little legal Hamm family that we have going on. I would really appreciate it, because he's one of our dear friends, and it was definitely a rough time seeing him go. So please come out and support that. Other than that, boys, we're here at the end of the show. Anything else you guys want to say before we pop out of here?
Yeah. The world is waiting on a princess update. What's going on with your puppy?
I don't know, because I haven't been downstairs to find out, but right now we're right in the storm. Vinny could not get her to throw up. So right now we are in a limbo, and I'm about to deal with it as soon as we get off of here. So.
All right. Well, God bless you. God bless America then.
Thank you, sir. Vinny, tell him good night.
Hey, have a good night, everybody.
Do you want to get the boogers out now, or you want to wait till later for the burgers or whatever you said?
I'm not sure if I can repeat it. That was a very odd word this week.
All I heard was booger, and I'm like, oh, Pokemon. Ed Columbus, thank you so much for watching, chiming in. Jose, Justin Masters, everybody that chimed in, I really appreciate it. Guys, love you. And we're uncorked, unloaded. We're out, and we will see you next Thursday live. Peace.
Levert.